The first ever mods for Epic Fantasy Battle Simulator are here, and it's a doozy. We have ourselves the mod that adds the Lord of the Rings armies to the game, and we have every Lord of the Rings army currently about to fight against each other in-game. Over here, we have the Knights of Rohan, 30,000 strong with 3 different units. Each faction here does have multiple different units to them, by the way. Over this way, we've got the Knights of Gondor. They are also going to be 30,000 strong. Here we have the army of Lindon, or the Elves. Once again, 30,000 strong. And right here, we have the army of Isengard. 30,000 strong yet again. But then finally, this is actually going to be 40,000 strong, and that is the army of Mordor here. And the army of Mordor is so strong simply because I had to sandwich them straight in the middle. So they're going to have multiple armies going up against them all at once, and I felt it only fair if we gave them a little bit of a troop boost. Either way, why don't we get right on into this video? If you guys do enjoy, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe with notifications on, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more Epic Fantasy Battle Simulator in the future. Let's get it. Alrighty then, pressing start right now, and we are going to have, it looks like, the army of Gondor heading towards the middle right here. They've got a number of archers. A lot of these armies do have quite a number of archers to them. They make up the backbone of quite a number of these armies, but we'll see if they're actually all that effective. I remember from the few other times I've played Epic Fantasy Battle Simulator, archers didn't really end up doing all that much on the battlefield, so I'm not sure if they're gonna be all that effective. Either way, we have a few armies from Isengard coming up and fighting some trolls from Mordor right here. Let's see if these guys can do some serious damage. I mean, they look pretty hefty, and yeah, they start swinging pretty good right here and doing a good bit of damage to the armies of Isengard. Very nice. Then up here, we've got Rohan, who's going up against the armies of Mordor as well here. These giant trolls, there's not many of them on the battlefield, but they are likely to be very, very deadly. We've got some Rohan spearmen as well as some Rohan swordsmen here. And then in the very back, I believe there's like heavy knights or something along those lines for the Rohan, so that'll be cool to see. Over this way, we've got some armies from Gondor moving over, probably trying to help out Rohan here. And more down here as well, firing away their bows into the army of Mordor. And look at this, yep, the arrows coming in, flying true. Again, not totally sure how damaging they truly are going to be in a battle like this, but hopefully they can do a little something mayhaps. Alright, here they come. They are getting very, very close to, oh, these are actually the Mordor archers here, which is kind of funny that they're just all chilling next to each other. But there we go. Some Knights of Gondor managed to get in here and start stabby-stabbying against these archers. So that should be easy kills for these guys. What a flank they just ran. But yeah, there will be... Oh, there really aren't that many military units over here that aren't archers. There's a few deeper in, but Gondor is going to have an easy time going in there and just sort of stabbing these guys to death before they can really do anything. So that's good. Look at that. That's a beautiful flank right there, while Rohan gets eaten away at by these massive trolls, which will be very problematic going forward for them. It looks like almost all the trolls went straight for them. There's still some trolls left alive over here that Isengard is having to deal with, but they're also having to deal with these archers, and these archers have just crushed it over here. Look at all these dead bodies due to just arrow rain coming in from the elvish archers. That is some brutality right there. My god, man. This is going to be a long battle for the army of Isengard right now, I think, with this many elvish archers. But more elves are moving up this way to go ahead and flank the army of Mordor here again. So, yeah, Mordor is not having a very good time. They are getting hit from all different sides. Of course, that is why we gave them more units than your average dude, which will hopefully help them out, maybe a smidge. Here's some of the Mordor archers coming in the back here and then firing just straight into Gondor this way. Who do you guys want to win? I think personally I'm rooting for Gondor just because Gondor has always been my favorite Lord of the Rings army. So I'd love to see Gondor win. I think that would be the coolest thing. But right now they are getting shot up by tons and tons of arrows. They are just cleaving their way through a number of these enemy archers, but the amount of pressure they're under is pretty great, and they're shifting around. It's kind of interesting how this game almost sizes up their armies in terms of units, like they make them into unit squares or something like that, which is very interesting the way they do it. Here's some elves coming in. Wow, elves getting a nasty little flank on Gondor here, but the arrow fire is like too much for them, and they're just getting defeated by incoming arrows. Yikes! Definitely pretty devastating, and most of Gondor is actually rerouting their soldiers this way to fight into the flanks of these trolls who are still going up against Rohan over this way. So we have basically Mordor getting just squeezed from all different sides from everyone. We got elves down here, we've got ourselves Rohan over here, we've got Gondor over here, all squeezing the army of Mordor. And then Isengard over here is just dying to archer fire, just extreme archer fire coming in them. Here we go though, some pikemen coming out here. Look at that. Oh, Isengard pikemen. Absolutely shredding into a bunch of these archers. It would be cool to do like almost like a 300 Spartans video in Epic Fantasy Battle Simulator, but just with the Isengard pikemen. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But they're finally starting to get some kills on these archers and cleave their way through them after the archers did some seriously deadly damage to them. And of course they killed those trolls as well, which is going to be helpful in the future of the battle for sure. Alrighty then. So we can actually see the total number of troopers left alive currently for each side, and it's moving pretty fast, even in slow motion here. But currently, Team 1, which is Rohan, has 14,600 soldiers left alive. That's pretty low. Team 2, which is Gondor, has 21,300 soldiers left alive. Team 3, which is Lindon, or the Elves, has 23,600, which is the most currently. Team 4, which is Isengard, has 11,400 left alive. And Team 5, which is Mordor, has 10,900 left alive. And Mordor, despite having significantly more troopers than everyone else at the very start of the battle, as well as these trolls, which are just absolute beasts on the battlefield, they're still going down. And they're not really able to do much just because they are surrounded on all sides by enemies. It just makes it almost impossible for them to do all that much. Look, we haven't even seen these guys, these swordsmen coming in here. They're just behind the trolls. They haven't even gotten to fight in the battle all that much. Gondor's still back here too now, getting involved in the rear. Oh, these are like the winged guards or whatever they call them. Oh, these guys look sick. Oh, this is why Gondor is the best, dude. Absolute top tier. Oh, my cat's coughing up a fur ball. He's on my desk, so you might actually be able to really hear that, which would be kind of funny. Okay, look at this. Isengard has almost killed all of these elvish archers over here. They've almost done them in, boys. The last of these guys, they might get a couple kills, but they're going to die. And then Isengard is free to basically do whatever they want. I'm assuming they're just going to go straight into these elves' flanks over here. That would make the most sense, but I mean that couldn't have come at a better time because currently Isengard is at 8,000 soldiers, not a lot. So they're done fighting for now. They could just sit there if they wanted to and do nothing. I doubt they will. But that's a pretty big thing for Isengard to get that break and maybe be able to come in and flank the Elvish armies who are continuing to move up this way into the rear of Mordor now. And here we go. Yep. They're doing the old stabby right now. Brutality, yep, they're going in hard. And then over here as well, they're also having to fight and interact with the Knights of Gondor at the moment. So the elves taking on a lot, and they're about to be sort of finding themselves in a situation where they're sandwiched between three armies. Mordor is almost dead. Once Mordor dies, Rohan will join the fight against the elves, Gondor will fight against the elves, and then Isengard will presumably come up on the flank of the elves, and they're already doing that. Look at this. Knights of Isengard coming in. Can you call them knights? I don't know. Warriors of Isengard coming in the flanks of these elves and surprise attacking them in the rear. So now the elves, while they do currently have a ton of soldiers behind them, they're getting themselves sandwiched yet again. Gondor seems to be doing the smartest thing. They've parked their archers in one place where the enemy doesn't really seem to care to attack them. So they're just getting free kills that way. On top of that, they're moving in on the top over here where they don't find themselves sandwiched, but rather get to sweep in from the side. Of course, if they push too far up this way, they're going to be fighting Rohan, the remnants of Mordor, as well as the elves all at once. But for right now, this sweep is actually working in their favor, catching basically everyone in the flank. And that's why Gondor right now has 14,500 soldiers left alive, the most out of anyone. Currently, Mordor only has 1,300 soldiers left alive. Not a lot. Oh, look at this. Gondor going up against Rohan. Beautiful. We love to see that, baby. Team 1 is Rohan, and they've got only 3,000 soldiers left alive. At least they're pretty whoa, sorry about that. At least they're pretty condensed back here. So they've got that going for them. You know, they're tight, but they'll probably not win. And then Team 3 is the elves, who only have 5,000. They went from the most to running up in 3rd place here, which is pretty bad. Not very good. Oh, look at this. Mordor archers still alive back here. How on earth are you guys still alive back here? Did the elves just ignore these archers completely? That must be the case, I'm guessing. All right, either way, Isengard coming through now, especially with those pikes. It's just absolutely brutal, man. Yeah, so these archers are not long for this world. A couple elves, woo, coming in here as well and fighting against both sides at once right there. Whew, this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this greatly. Gondor archers still firing away. I think Gondor's got this in the bag. They've still got 10,000 soldiers left alive. The next runner-up is Isengard with 7,900. But still, a 2,000 differential is pretty major. Of course, right now, Gondor is having to fight more armies than Isengard is. So maybe that will come back and bite Gondor in the butt. But right now, Mordor is about to lose completely. 170 soldiers left, and I think they're all over here. And they're getting chopped to bits. They're getting absolutely chippity-chopped. This is not going to work out well for them. Nah, they're dead. They're super dead. There they go. Okay. Mordor dying. Team 3, though, is going to be Lindon, and they're going to die, I think, before Mordor. Yeah, the elves just died. Mordor still has 12 soldiers left alive. There are these trolls up here. Somehow the elves came in last place. That is crazy. Perhaps their hubris got the best of them. Either way, only 196 of these Rohan soldiers still alive, and 7 of these trolls left alive. So Gondor is fighting 2 different enemies at once right over here, which is a little bit messy. Oh, but look at this. All of the sudden, Isengard's numbers start to plummet, and I think it's because they're just getting hellfire rained down upon them by the Gondor soldiers over this way. Of course, some of them are connecting with the Gondor archers, which is good to see for them. But overall, I mean, right now, it's looking like Gondor supremacy is about to kick in. Oh, Mordor as well as Rohan both just capitulated down there. And now it's just Isengard versus Gondor. And at the moment, man, Gondor has 8,800 soldiers and Isengard has 3,300. It's a big difference, and those archers are just coming in hot. Woo, baby! Yeah, so the archers ended up making a pretty big difference in this battlefield overall, and I said they weren't going to. So clearly I was completely wrong. Here's some fighting between those winged guards and the Isengard swordsmen here. That is going to probably end pretty poorly for Isengard. Whew, this has been pretty fun, man. Epic Fantasy Battle Simulator, I don't think is at the same level as Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. It's a different game in terms of the functions and how you set up and stuff like that, but still the massive battle sort of motif is still there, and I do think that currently Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 does it better, but I could see this game advancing further. It does have better graphics, which I do like to see, but you can't do the same scale of massive battles. Either way, there we go. Knights of Gondor managed the dubski here. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, I could definitely see myself doing more of this if you guys want me to in the future. Pretty awesome battle, pretty huge battlefield across the whole thing, with Gondor managing to take the ribbon. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.